So I had to imagine how to shoot it because I couldn't have anyone around. I had to have someone pretending to be you, which only could be the mother. I had to explain to her, like, you know, when you say like squat, I was like, okay, squat with the baby, turn the baby thing. And I set a timer. I think I had 6 minutes on camera with the baby to get probably one of the most important shots of the thing. And we got it. And that baby,
wow.
I mean, that mother and that baby were so genius. I got the baby crying when the baby comes out. I got the baby like looking around. Gosh. And I even got the baby smiling, but then someone was like, I don't think we can have the smiling baby because newborns don't smile. But I was just over the moon that I got that baby. Was like,
that's amazing. I mean, you're incredible. I just have to say that to all the fans, as you probably have guessed, she is incredible. Kim is an incredible director. It's just we had so many women on the crew for your episode. Remember how delightful that was?
So many camera operators and
female DP, Jean. We had such a great. It was such a beautiful experience, and you know of course the car hitting us. I mean, that was like, whoa, the stunt was like epic. The stunt was epic. It was just like people were like texting me from all over, like, what, holy cow. And then also people like texted me like, are you dead? And I'm like, you're gonna have to keep watching. Or I just didn't respond.
I know, I was like kind of naughty the way I made it like such a cliffhanger because I knew they were going to tune in for Kate Walsh. Wait, can I just sing your praises? You guys, you have to understand, Kate Walsh flew from Australia. So we were shooting at 11 o'clock. Okay, we were shooting at 11 o'clock on a Tuesday. She had just flown in, came straight to set, did a fitting, and it was 4 p.m. on Wednesday for her. And she had these massive monologues where she like talks and goes on and like did not drop a beat. She just was like cool as a cucumber and so talented. And I was like, wow, you were incredible. And that scene with you in that closet, you know, the closet between Chandra and you, you're so brilliant in that. Everyone has been talking about that scene and how moving it is. And you're so present and so, just really the voice.
Remember right before that though, you're like, hey, so here's some thoughts. And then I got a little mad at you.
Oh, I know.
You were like, I didn't think I was. And then you were like, but you saw it because you could see. You were like, hey, here's some thoughts that I have for you.
I gave her some thoughts, you guys, which is really, you know, giving like the amazing Kate Walsh, who doesn't need anything
what we do. But let's just talk about that because I think you've talked about this before, which is really fascinating. I think that people don't take into consideration as an actor, you have to do this, which is you have to sort of see whoever your scene partner is, how do they work? Do you work? You're not going to work the same way Camilla works, the same way Debbie works, the same way Kevin works. But as a director, you have to hold the space. Like for us, we just have scenes with certain people and you're like, oh, this person likes to rehearse or this person doesn't like to rehearse, whatever it is. But you as a director have to hold the space for the entire cast and how they work and what their process is and how you give them notes and how you can communicate with them and when to lean in, when to back off. It's a lot. Like, how was that for you?
It really was amazing. Like I thought I knew acting kind of the way everyone works, but as a director, it was one of my favorite things, actually. It was one of my favorite things to watch how everyone works in a different way and to be able to kind of flow into whatever that person needs. And again, like what I wanted to say is Kate does not need 1 ounce of directing. You're always you're always directed. Spot on and so beautifully, just all of the nuances. But it's interesting because as a director, you start having and I don't want to put on ideas, but where I can see, I loved watching you at the monitor by myself and where I could see maybe one little thread could possibly go in this direction and just slowly just kind of planting it. And it was interesting because because we're friends, I had to get over, oh shit, she's upset at me and just let it go. And and then I was like, oh, she's in her thing. And then it was just so great because you're like, oh yeah, that's the one. What?
Remember, it like was that was, but then it comes out in the take, like the perfect. It was like that little. It's like a whatever it is. The irritant works
Yeah.
because you're like, oh yeah, here's this thing that can now lay in there as well, like another layer.
So
Perfect.
beautiful.
It's all
So I
perfect.
was like behind the monitor, you guys, and I was like, oh my God, she's so good. Oh my
Oh,
God.
stop. Oh, stop it, Kim. Okay, so Kim, let's just before we have to go, because we should probably go in like 5 minutes. What this is obviously incredibly important subject matter. Part of the reason why I wanted to come back and do the season is because it's so critical in what's happening in our country, what's happening with women's health, and we wanted to reach all of our gorgeous viewers and really try to talk to people about what's happening and in a very holistic and loving and compassionate and real way, in a time, I think personally, where a lot of people feel so powerless over what's happening with women's health and with abortion rights, with just women's care, women that you hear these stories. And I was personally constantly spamming Krista and Julie and Meg with just these insane stories of women not being able to get seen in their first trimester, women who needed health care that just can't get it. And so what do you, I mean, there's, what do you have to say? What do you have to say to people? I mean, I don't even know the audience response. I kind of want to know what our humans, our gorgeous fans are thinking and feeling. But what do you have to say? What do you think?
I just think it's exactly what you're saying. I think it's really important that we understand women's healthcare, women's needs, women's choice, and I think what is interesting is in upcoming episodes we expand to really sort of get the discussion to understand, because I think people want to be understood, right? I think both sides want to be understood, and I think that that's
Absolutely.
really important. And I think in order to make change, we have to understand both sides of it so that we can then make sure that we are setting up the most important thing. And I think that we have agency over our bodies and our choices. And I think getting the discussions, hopefully for me, and that was a goal, is to get people sort of aware of the things that do need to change and how we can make that change, and having those discussions. And I think your character has just done such a beautiful job of really, opening up discussion and helping us understand. I think it was in a speech that you had about, was it with Amelia?
Yeah.
Just about women's healthcare needs.
Yeah.
And that, I think, was a really kind of beautiful speech on the importance of that, starting with that. And then there are going to be differences, but I think a lot of times things kind of get lost in the whole sort of politicalness of it. Wait, hold on 1 second. I think they might be kicking us out.
I know. Okay, listen, we
okay.
But that's, you were just saying things get lost in the politicalness of it. It's one of the things that I've always felt from the very get-go. I've got birds visiting me. Oh my God, you guys!
I know, and it sounded like some other kind of animal there too.
Oh, it's Bird Central. Those are the crows. If you hear them, they're the crows. Okay.
That's what I heard.
But anyway, I've got these little cuties. I don't know what they are. They're like little robins. They're like, oh, we want to be a part of the women's healthcare conversation as well because we have things to add. No, but I think that one of the things that Shonda Rhimes and everyone that she has employed for Grace, particularly, and even in private practice, but particularly in Grace, is one of the beautiful things is that she brings about relevant social issues. And what you and Kevin and I were even talking about in the beginning is that people lean in to connect. It's all about connectivity and trying to understand each other and trying to make sure everybody's needs are met and heard, and that people, and it's inclusive and caring and loving and about being kind to each other and making sure that, people are safe and understood. And
people are safe. I think that's a really good point, that people are safe,
yeah.
And being heard. And I think even in upcoming episodes, oh yes, okay, yeah. Okay, you guys have to check that. Okay, I think unfortunately they're making us leave.
All right. I know. Well, I love you. I'm really happy to see you. You look
I love you
beautiful.
so
And
much.
yeah.
And
And
I'm
thanks
so
for
glad
changing.
we,
And we'll save this. Will you save it? Because you know how to save it, right? You can save it. You'll save it.
oh yeah, I think yes,
You
we
in the
will save it.
organization of okay. Oh my
Yes.
God. All right. I'll
Love
show you. There's
you.
like one, two, three, four. I don't, can't, you probably can't see. There's like literally 10 birds just having a little bird bath on my
I think
balcony. Okay. I
that's a
live in
good little
paradise.
sign.
That's a good omen.
All
Okay.
right.
All right.
All right.
All right.
All right.
I love you. Bye.
I love you. Bye, honey.